Hi, this is Sive Morten with the daily update on EuroFX. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts and important levels on the ForexPeaceArmy.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit ForexPeaceArmy.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video.
Welcome everybody guys. Today again we will take a look mostly at the British pound, because here we see at least some action based on the recent Bank of England statement, and in general you see some inspiration in Great Britain that today is actually the last day when it will be in the Union of the Europe, and tomorrow at least theoretically the people will wake up in England, so it's not as a part of the European Union, although it's for the transition period. Everybody knows about it, but psychologically and for patriotic feelings, that really makes big sense. So on that inspiration, some background, probably we suggest that this market really could show some upward action. Besides, the recent statement from the Bank of England it's really awful. They haven't said that everything is bad. And in general, they see some problems. Exist slowdown of the economy, not as strong inflation as they thought, but in general, they have given moderate assessment of the overall situation in the economy. So it's not really as bad as it was seemed just a few weeks or maybe a month ago. From that standpoint, and then from the technical point of view, it seems that some continuation has to happen here, and we will keep an eye on it. But first, let's take a look at the euro again. On the euro currency, as we said, indeed some reaction has started. You can see this pullback based on the data has been released, because gross domestic product really data was not surprisingly positive. It's mostly was in a row with the expectation, but inflation was slightly worse than expected, and that has pushed euro a bit higher. You can see this upward action has started. Today, to understand whether this will get some upward continuation, kind of the ABC pattern that we have suggested, and actually we was waiting it for in the beginning of the week, but it starts just now. We need to control this trend line and support area. So market could, for example, retest this level, and if it will hold above this support and starts upward action, then we will see another leg up, some kind of the ABCD. If it will break it down and return it right back down inside of the consolidation, this will not be a good sign for euro. Now let's take a look on the British pound. The British pound currently is trying to break through the triangle borders. This candle yesterday has become the bullish reversal session, because you can see market has created the new lows and closed above the top of the previous session, but not, of course, on the previous. It engulfs actually 1, 2, 3 sessions in a row. Now market trying is moving high. Today we will not get some important statistics. It will be a relatively quiet session. Well, it makes sense probably to try to estimate some targets where market could climb and what particular levels to watch for. Here we still think that it could be kind of the ABCD action, but it's not really big chances that market will reach it today, because it's really big distance right to this adjusted C point. So we will see what will happen next week. Today we need just to complete two things. First of all, we're trying to set the chain of targets, consequence of targets that you could follow. Second, of course, we have to manage our position, because entry was good. All vital levels has not been tested by the market. Market has shown the action that we suggested to see. So based on the fact that Bank of England keeps rate intact. On the daily chart, the picture mostly the same. We have the bullish divergence for the MACD, hidden bullish divergence. Markets forming high lows, but the MACD shows actually flat bottoms. And you can see markets tending to break this line. Now, on the 4-time frame chart, here is what we could keep an eye on. That was our entry. You can see market even was able to hold above these lows, and it hasn't tested the C point, which was vital, as we said, for upward performance. So first target that we could keep an eye on is the COP. It's 31.88, 31.90 roughly. Stands right here. Also, guys, you could treat it as ABCD. It mostly has the same destination point. As you can see, COP, this ABCD mostly stands at the same point. This is first target of this ABC bottom. More extended target, whereas actually our C point stands, it's OP, based on this ABCD pattern, which stands 33.30, 33.35 approximately. Potentially, market also could form the butterfly with the target 33.73 is 127 extension. But you can see this is a bit extended targets. I'm actually not sure enough that this definitely will be completed based on this action that we see. Yes, the initial push from the Bank of England is nice, but then you can see the action looks a bit slow. Well, we will see. But currently, you could manage your position, just protect your profit, maybe to move stops somewhere below these lows, below this consolidation, or at least to the break even. Think about taking some part of the profit as well. So also could make sense taking closing of the 30%, maybe 50% of your position, because we're coming in the weekend. Mondays will be quite different situation. So if you trade on the short term, it makes sense to close the position, or at least partially. That's the things that we could do, and then you could choose the targets that you like more. So that's more reliable, more probable to reach because it stands relatively close. That is more extended, and well, it's also 50-50 that maybe it will be reached or not. It's because we do not know what will happen on the next week. Today hardly it will be reached. So that's our view on the Great British Pound today.